Each coffee bean has somewhere in the vicinity of 300 different aromatic compounds in it, potentially. And wine has somewhere in the vicinity of, I think, 60. So it's a massively complex and varying beverage. And if you're bored with coffee, you're bored with life, basically. My name is Jackson O'Brien. I'm the head barista at the Wonderland Park Cafe for Peace Coffee. The top 3 things that I can suggest when brewing coffee at home is number 1, grind your coffee fresh. Coffee goes stale quickly, and that always happens. Get a grinder. Get a crappy grinder if you need to, but get a grinder. Number 2 is have control over the saturation and temperature of your grounds. Typically that means, getting a French press, getting a Chemex, getting a V60, getting something that allows you, rather than the machinery, to control those 2 things. And number 3 is be precise in your measurements. Consistently measure out the same amount of coffee and the same amount of water to get the same cup every time. Brewing techniques of various kinds amount to 2 major components. One is strength, how strong, how much coffee is in your coffee, basically. How many coffee solids are in that cup, which can go anywhere from an espresso, which will have 10% coffee, to a standard American style drip, which will have about 1.25% coffee, depending. So what I'm going to be doing is brewing up a cup of our Guatemala Chahuense Light. I'm going to measure everything by weight because scales don't lie to you in the same way that measuring cups and tablespoons and teaspoons do. So we're going to start out with 15 grams by weight of coffee. If you absolutely refuse to get a scale, that's about 2 tablespoons, but I can't guarantee that. I'm going to grind this fresh at a grind that is approximately as coarse as sand. Get some hot water in our kettle. You want your water temperature to be somewhere between 195 to 205 degrees Fahrenheit, which is easily obtainable without a thermometer by boiling water and then taking it off the boil and waiting 10 seconds. You want to, first off, rinse your filter. This will both cause the filter to stick to the brewer. Will also warm everything up, so you're using your water to brew coffee rather than warm up your brewing apparatus, and also will eliminate any paper taste that's present in the paper. So I'm actually going to do all the brewing on top of the scale because, like I said, I'm doing everything by weight. And I'm going to brew this with 250 milliliters, which is also 250 grams worth of coffee. And that will produce enough coffee for 1 standard diner mug. First step is the bloom, which is where you pour in about twice the brew weight, so 30 grams. And that's just enough to saturate all the grounds. And also, if the coffee is still freshly roasted, it will start expelling CO2 gas. It'll start bubbling out from the top and everything will expand. All right, that's 30 seconds, so I'm just gonna pour in a little spiral here to about halfway up the cone and let it settle down a little bit and then pour up to just that exact same level. Slowly adding more water. I've got my timer still going because I want the whole brew process, start to finish, to take about 2.5 to 3 minutes. Just going to give it a little stir to get any grounds that are stuck to the sides a chance to settle down to the bottom. All right, so I'm at 250. Let it drain slowly down. When your coffee is finished brewing, it should taste kind of balanced and sweet. If it's too sour and it's too grassy, then you probably what's called under-extracted the coffee. The brew went too fast. If it's really bitter, then it's going to probably be over-extracted. You took too long to brew it. Brewing coffee is a little bit like playing blackjack. You want to get as much as possible without going over. There's our finished brew, about 1 mug's worth. And it is good. I've been in coffee for 8 years now, and if I were still making coffee the same way I were in 2004, then I wouldn't have been paying attention. I would not have been learning. I would not have been growing as a professional, and I would be by the wayside. I would not have this job anymore. And if I am making coffee the same way in 4 years from now, then again, the same thing. I will be tossed by the wayside as a dinosaur and a relic. This job, coffee, keeps you learning. Everything about it. We still know very, very little about coffee. We still are pawing our way towards making it properly. And that's what's incredibly exciting about it.